School is a literal scam. Now, hear me out before you click away from this video. You might love public education and just you love going to school, which I can't believe why you even love going to school, but maybe you do and you love public education or education in general. But let me explain my thought process through the scam of public education. Now, before we jump right into the video, make sure you smash the like button if you found this video interesting, and also get your 2 free stocks down below when you deposit $100 with Webull. These stocks are valued up to $1,850, so essentially you're getting free money just by depositing $100 through Webull, being a free stock trading app. And of course, once you get your 2 free stocks, you can always sell them off, withdraw them, or transfer them to your bank account. Now let's jump into why and how the business model behind public education is leading you into a factory worker. Now, if you're not an entrepreneur, then this might be extremely hard to understand. Also, some backstory about myself. I'm currently 18, been in public education my entire life, and another thing is I go to school in America, so if you're in another country, this may be different, or you may understand this or take this in a different way, but if you are international and you're watching this, keep that in mind just so you know before you jump into the rest of this video. Now, I just want to also talk about how when you go into public education, at least in here in the US, you either start with preschool, or some people even skip preschool and go to kindergarten. Now, during this time period through preschool and kindergarten, and usually around like 1st and 2nd grade, they're usually planning out what success is into the minds of when you're a little bit younger. I remember exactly back in kindergarten, I had a teacher. She made everyone draw or think of things that they want to, they want you to dream of that will be your dream job. And I remember exactly what I put. I put an ice cream worker. And looking back now, that just sounds hilarious because ice cream workers, sorry if you're in the ice cream field, but usually they don't make a ton of money. And this is where people have been getting their mind across these high-paying jobs like a doctor, a lawyer. It's especially when I have Asian parents, they usually tell me, be a doctor, lawyer, or some type of career that pays you a ton every single year. Stick through college for 8 years. So during this time, during kindergarten, usually kindergarten, because this is when I know exactly when I was taught what career choice to go. I don't know how I still remember this, but I do remember during kindergarten, especially when the show and tell, we had these little papers we put up. I want to be this, a firefighter. I want to be this and that. So essentially what they're doing at a very, very young age, when you can't develop the thought of working once you finish the schooling from preschool all the way up to 12th grade, you're going to be going off into a job or the workforce, or in this case what I'm calling a factory worker, working for someone else. Now of course, if you love working for someone else, this is completely normal. Some people love working for someone else and they just can't take the hassle of running an entire business by themselves. It just sounds very, very difficult, especially for someone that isn't focused on the business side of things and are just want to do a certain set task every single day and get paid a certain amount every hour. Well, then you're out of the exclusion. You can go ahead and click off this video. You can leave. Now, for those entrepreneurs, stay with me, because when they start you up very young, probably around kindergarten, like I said, they want you to picture what success is. Something like working a job. So either what I said, I want to be ice cream worker. So I said I want to be ice cream man, and of course, obviously, I would be not following that of what I said as a 6-year-old. But the gist is that they start you up really, really young, either around 6 to 8, maybe a bit younger, depending. It's been a while, but they want you to get an idea of what you're in school for. Is to become a worker, or you know, in the glorified words, they just want you to be have a good career. So they want to make it so it seems like you're moving up the education ladder to get a job and become successful. The job will consistently pay you, and you can become successful and wealthy. This is what school is trying to teach you. They're essentially teaching you how to become a factory worker. So you either, during this time when you're in elementary school, they teach you this. They want you to, grow up to eventually be some sort of worker, working for someone else. You get paid paycheck, and you can live a successful and happy life. Obviously, in 2020, you learn that this is not guaranteed. Even if you go to college, get a job, you have a job, you're not consistently going to get paid, because you saw in 2020 what exactly happened. Something that you could not control. A ton of people lost their job, and a ton of people had to, resort to online work, or even worse, some people had to, move or sell their homes in order to find new jobs in different places. So another part of the business behind public education and leading into college is they have what they call NWEA, PSAT, SATs. It depends on which schools you go to, but the gist is these tests, what they do is you get a score, obviously, at the end of the test, and these scores place you into college. Now, the higher the score, the better the college. However, these colleges, these tests, when you write your email on there, especially in the form when you fill out, once you fill out your email on there, you're kind of done for. You will be bombarded with college marketing emails nonstop. So I made this exact mistake, and I've been spammed so many college emails from all these different colleges that I obviously did not apply for. So it only makes logical sense that I put my email in one of these school forms, and they've been spamming me ever since I put that in there, and I totally regret it, because I need to basically unsubscribe to all of them. And every day there's some new college I never heard of that's always emailing me. So the schools, especially during high school, once you make that mistake of putting your email in, trusting that public education will get you a good career in life is a giant mistake. What the public education before college does is it preps you for college to become a factory worker, because you can tell from college it does not teach you anything related to the career that you're going into. Now, this is a big misconception. Some, if you go in some very, very niche down workforce, let's say you want to be, a biologist. Of course, you're going to need science and all that. But besides that, what school teaches you currently has nothing to do with what you're going to end up in, especially in your career. Because if school actually taught you the things that are going to make you successful in life, everyone would be successful, and the government would be basically broke. As simple as that. So I got some more information about, I found this Reddit thread about how American schools are designed to train you into becoming a factory worker. Well, I'll just give you some gist of some common points that I completely agree with that I found from this Reddit thread. I'll link it down below so you can read it if you want to. But what this guy is saying, it is r/your accountability buddy. What he's saying is American schools are designed to train factory workers. And it says right here, the challenge with this particular bad history is that modern day authors and readers look at modern schools and find similarities between modern factories. Factory works as an analogy, as in the fact that educator leaders in the 1900s and 1930s have found of using scientific management, which started in factories, and that's about it. Factories around the time of the spread of American public education simply didn't look like schools. The rise of common schools beginning in the 1840s was basically focused on providing a broad education to as many children as possible, mostly in order to graduate good citizens. However, times have changed. It's currently 2021, or later if you're watching this in the future. It really depends. You don't really need, obviously you need some sort of public education, but after that, you're seeing that more and more people are turning into self-educated people, and people, even some of my classmates, are going to trade schools and less are going to the college, because college is actually a giant scam. So what do you think about that public education is turning you into a factory worker? If you do disagree with any of this, don't hate, just leave your opinion down below. I completely understand your opinion and I totally respect it. I just want to hear more people's opinion about public education and going forward, that especially college is really just a giant business in itself that is not here to teach you. Because if they actually taught you what success is, they wouldn't be forcing down all these useless categories or different topics that won't provide any value to your life at all, just to get a score on a test. Now let me know your opinions down below. If you found some value in this video, make sure you hit that like button. It massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.